Everyone wants to succeed, but very few stay consistent long enough to earn it. Success isn't about one big moment. It's about who shows up every day. Even when it's hard, even when no one's clapping, motivation feels good, but it fades fast. One bad day, one failure, and most people quit. They think they're not good enough. They think the dream was too big. But it's not your dream that's the problem. It's your patience. It's your consistency. The truth is, every successful person you've ever seen, they didn't get lucky. They got consistent. They kept showing up. They kept moving forward even when nothing was working. Because results don't come from one perfect day. They come from 100 imperfect ones, stacked on top of each other. If you can master consistency, you can change your entire life. Most people don't fail because they're not smart. They don't fail because they're not talented. They fail because they don't stay long enough to see results. They start strong. They hit the gym for a week. They write their goals on paper. They feel inspired for a moment. But then life happens. A bad day, a missed deadline, one small setback. And just like that, they stop. They think the plan isn't working. They think they're the problem. But they never gave it time. They never gave it consistency. Success is like planting a seed. You water it. You wait. You don't dig it up just because it hasn't sprouted yet. But that's what most people do with their goals. They plant it, and they quit before it grows. It's not a lack of ambition. It's a lack of follow-through. And if you keep quitting every time it gets hard, you'll never find out what was waiting on the other side. Most people think consistency means being perfect. Never missing a day. Never making a mistake. But that's not what it means at all. Consistency isn't about flawless execution. It's about showing up again and again. Even when you mess up. Even when you feel off. Even when you don't feel like it. You don't have to give 100 every day. You just have to give something. Even if it's 40. Even if it's messy. Just keep going. Missing one day doesn't ruin your progress. Quitting does. Waiting for motivation does. Real consistency means you don't stop even when you fall. You don't restart your entire journey just because of one slip. It's the ability to keep going without restarting at zero. The gym session that didn't feel great still counts. The writing session that produced one good sentence still counts. The quiet win that nobody noticed still counts. Because consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Success doesn't come from one massive action. It comes from 1,000 small ones, stacked over time. You don't get strong from one workout. You don't get wise from one book. You don't get successful from one good day. It's the tiny, boring, daily actions that build empires. Think about this. If you improve by just one every day, by the end of 1 year, you're 37 times better. That's not magic. That's math. That's the compound effect. Small effort looks like nothing in the moment, but over time, it becomes everything. Every rep matters. Every dollar saved matters. Every early morning. Every journal entry. Every hard choice you make in silence, it all adds up. And guess what? The same rule works in reverse. Skip the gym today? Doesn't hurt. Skip it for 3 weeks? Now you feel it. One bad habit repeated daily compounds, too. So the question isn't, did I do something big today? It's, did I do something true today? Because your small daily choices are writing your future in real time. Motivation feels good. It's exciting. It's loud. But it doesn't last. It's easy to act when you're fired up. When the music's playing. When the mood is right. But what about when you're tired? What about when life gets messy? That's where motivation disappears. And that's where discipline shows up. Discipline is quiet. It doesn't need hype. It doesn't care about how you feel. It only cares that you do the work. Discipline is brushing your teeth every night, even when no one sees. It's showing up at 6 a.m., even when the bed feels warm. It's doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't want to. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. And if you're relying on motivation alone, You'll quit the moment it fades. But if you build discipline, you build consistency. And if you build consistency, you become unstoppable. So ask yourself, do I want to feel good for a moment, or build a life I can be proud of? Every single day, you don't have to be a genius. You don't need connections. You don't even need perfect circumstances. You just need consistency. Take James, an average guy from Ohio. Not rich, not famous, just tired of being stuck. He wanted to get in shape, but every time he tried, he gave up. Why? Because he wanted fast results. And when he didn't see them, he stopped. But one day, he changed his mindset. No more chasing perfection. Just one simple rule. Show up. Every day. No matter what. He didn't lift the heaviest weights. He didn't follow the trendiest diets. He just moved. Every single day. Some days were great. Some days were terrible. But he kept showing up. 6 months later, he wasn't just fitter, he was more confident. More disciplined. More focused in every area of life. Not because of a miracle. Because of repetition. The same thing works in business. In writing. In relationships. Small, steady actions create massive change. Extraordinary results don't come from extraordinary people. They come from ordinary people doing the ordinary things every day without giving up. Talent is overrated. Seriously, you've seen it. The smartest kid in school who never did anything with it. The naturally gifted athlete who gave up too soon. The person with all the potential, but no follow-through. Talent can open a door, but only consistency walks you through it. Hard truth. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards persistence. You can have average skills, but if you show up every day, you will beat someone more talented who shows up once in a while. Because consistency builds skill. It builds confidence. It builds results. While talent waits to feel ready, consistency is out there getting better. The person who writes every day gets better. The person who trains every day gets stronger. The person who shows up wins. Period. Consistency turns you into someone unrecognizable over time. Not because you had an edge, but because you earned it. So if you think you're not talented enough, good. That means you've got something better. You've got the chance to build it the hard way. And the hard way, that's the one that lasts. Let's be honest. Life doesn't care about your goals. Throws chaos at you. Stress, loss, distraction, doubt. And in those moments, consistency feels impossible. But here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect during hard times. You just have to not quit. When you're tired, slow down. But don't stop. When you're stressed, simplify the habit. But keep going. Can't do the full workout? Do 10 push-ups. Can't write a chapter? Write one sentence. It's not about doing your best every day. It's about doing something every day. Because when life gets hard, your habits are tested. And that's when most people fall off. Not because they're weak, but because they think the struggle means they're failing. It doesn't. It means you're human. And that's why systems matter more than willpower. If you build habits that are flexible, you can bend without breaking. Hard days will come. But consistency means you keep showing up, even if it's at 20, even if it's not pretty, even if all you did was not give up today. Because staying in the game is more powerful than any perfect day. You think your habits are all about willpower. They're not. They're about your environment. Your surroundings shape your behavior every single day. Not your goals. Not your motivation. Your environment. If your phone is full of distractions, you'll scroll. If your kitchen is full of junk, you'll snack. If your friends are lazy, you'll slow down too. But flip the environment, and everything changes. Put a book on your pillow, you'll read more. Lay out your gym clothes at night, you'll work out more. Surround yourself with driven people, you'll rise with them. You don't have to force discipline, you can design it. Want to write more? Build a quiet space. Want to eat better? Prep your meals. Want to stay focused? Cut the noise from your digital life. Because the truth is, your habits will always align with your surroundings. So stop relying on willpower and start building an environment that makes consistency easier. Set up your space for success. Choose your people wisely, because your environment is either lifting you or slowly pulling you down. This mindset ruins more dreams than failure ever will. It's the belief that if you can't do everything, you should do nothing. Missed a workout? Might as well skip the whole week. Ate one bad meal? Screw the diet. That's the all or nothing trap. And it's poison to consistency, because life isn't perfect. You won't always hit 100, but you don't need to. Success is not about perfection. It's about progress. Think of it like this: if you're driving cross-country and take a wrong turn, do you turn around and go home? No, you get back on the road. Same with your habits. Same with your goals. One bad day doesn't erase your progress. One setback doesn't define your journey. But giving up every time things go sideways, that's what stops people from ever making it. So let go of the perfect streak. Start focusing on the bigger picture. If you did 30 today, good. That's better than 0. If you stumbled, get back up tomorrow. Because the real win isn't doing it all. It's not quitting when you don't. Your brain is wired for patterns, craves routines. And once a habit forms, it runs on autopilot. This is called a habit loop. Cue, action, reward. For example, you feel stressed, cue. You eat junk food, action. You feel comfort, reward. Repeat it enough, it becomes automatic. But here's the good news. You can rewire the loop. You can build better habits the same way you built the bad ones. Start small. Repeat daily. Reward yourself. Your brain doesn't care if a habit is good or bad. It only cares that it's repeated. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. It's better to do 5 minutes every day than 2 hours once a month. Each time you repeat a habit, you strengthen a neural pathway, like carving a trail in your brain. The more you walk it, the easier it gets. Miss one day? No problem. Miss 5 in a row? That trail starts fading. That's how habits die, slowly, silently. But here's the power: you're not stuck. Your brain can change. It's called neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire your mind through repetition. So don't wait for motivation. Use science, build routines, and let your brain work for you, not against you. We live in the loudest time in history. Notifications, messages, endless scrolling, 1,000 voices pulling at your focus. You sit down to work, ping. You try to read, swipe. You want to grow, but you're buried in noise. And here's the truth. Distraction doesn't just steal your time. It steals your momentum. And without momentum, consistency dies. You don't need more hours. You need more clarity. So how do you protect your focus? You build boundaries. Turn off notifications. Put your phone in another room. Block time for deep work and guard it. You build rituals. Morning routines that center you. Evening habits that reset your mind. You build rules. No social media before noon. No work without a timer. No multitasking ever. You build a life where your attention has space to breathe. Because your ability to stay consistent is directly tied to your ability to protect your focus. Don't let the world control your time. Because if you lose your attention, you lose your future. Everyone wants the result. The body, the business, the peace, the pride. But very few want the repetition. The quiet mornings, the lonely work, the days where nothing seems to change. But that's where your future is being built. Not in the big moments, not in the breakthroughs, in the boring ones, the ones no one sees. You want confidence? Show up again and again. You want freedom? Build habits that last. You want purpose? Stick with something long enough to watch it grow. Because the truth is, your dream isn't waiting in some perfect version of you. It's waiting in the next time you show up. And the next. And the next. So don't chase motivation. Don't chase shortcuts. Don't wait to feel ready. Just choose repetition. Because repetition builds rhythm. Rhythm builds momentum. And momentum becomes who you are. Every day you show up, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. And if you keep showing up, that person, that future, it becomes real. So now you know the truth. Success isn't a mystery. It's a pattern. It's repetition. It's the decision to show up over and over again. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. Whatever you're chasing, a better body, a stronger mind, a more powerful life, it's already within reach, but only if you keep going. Even when no one's watching, even when it feels slow, even when it hurts, because the life you want isn't built in one big moment. It's built in the next small one, and the next, and the next. You've got this. Now take one step today, and tomorrow take it again. If this message hit home, don't forget to like the video, comment below what you're building with consistency, and subscribe to Inner Charge Motivation for more content that fuels your journey. We believe in you. Now believe in yourself and build the life that's already waiting for you.